Hi everybody. In this video, we're going to read the next chapter of Enemy Spy. Chapter 11, Triple O. Mom always gets home from her job as a computer programmer before I get home from school at 3:05. She even works from home some days, like when I'm sick or have some school event she wants to go to. Mom says working at tech key lets her have the best of both worlds. Dad says he wishes Mr. Zilch was even half as understanding about his hours at the Gazette. There it was, 2:30 in the afternoon. We were all three someplace we weren't supposed to be. Home. We'd gone over everything 3 times, maybe 4. But Mom was still pacing around, shaking her head, throwing her hands in the air. All she could seem to say was, "But Stephen, what are we going to do about it?" Then the phone rang. Mom looked at Dad. Dad looked at Mom. They agreed to let the answering machine pick up, and we all waited through. "You've reached Stephen Stevens. Please leave a message at the beep." A gruff voice said, "Stephen, if you're there, pick up." Dad pulled a face at Mom that said, "Uh-oh," but Mom held his arm and whispered, "He doesn't know you're here." "Stephen," the voice barked. "Look, man, I'm getting heat from all angles, and I need everything you've got on Shredderman, and I need it now. Triple O." Seemed like the caller was starting to hang up, but then his voice was back, snapping. "And why don't you have your cell phone on?" Click. "Oh boy," Dad sighed. "Was that Mr. Zilch?" I whispered. "Yes, it was." He kissed my mom on the forehead. "Guess I better get back to the Gazette. Pronto." "What are you going to tell him?" my mom asked. Dad looked at her and shook his head. "I have no idea." Then he looked at me, "But I'm afraid it can't be the truth." The minute they were out of the room, I zoomed over to my computer and clicked on my inbox. I opened the email Sarge had sent me. It was short, to the point. "Shredderman, please call the CVPD. We need to talk ASAP." Talk to him? I couldn't do that. There was no way I could disguise my voice enough. What was I going to do? I was lost in thought, running through some crazy ideas, when Mom called, "Nolan! Nolan, come quick!" I ran into the living room where she was looking out the window, her hand held up to her mouth. "What, Mom?" She just pointed across the street to the school. My jaw dropped, my eyes popped. Police cars were blocking the teacher's parking lot. The blue lights were flashing like crazy. I tore down to my room and got my backpack. I pulled out my binoculars and looked at the parking lot. There were kids all over the place. And teachers. And, oh no, there was Chatty Adams and her camera crew. Then I spotted Sergeant Clubb putting someone in the back seat of his police car. My heart sank. They were arresting Mr. Green.